From there, he leads to going into the Air Force and becomes a pararescue, which pararescue is comparable to Navy SEAL. Then he goes into the CIA. Cannot tell you how long it is because I don't know how long it is, but it's several years. He goes into the CIA. And then afterwards, he decides to get out to go fight human trafficking. And all along, he gets a call from Amazon and Vice saying, we want to do a story that's similar to your background because everybody tells us, well, we're about to write you the closest thing to this person. And that movie is Jack Ryan. With that being said, my guest today is Nick McKinley. Nick, how are you?
Hey, doing well, Patrick. Thank you for having me. We had intelligence on a human trafficker that was moving children across a border, and they were specifically using those children to test bombs. We had video of this. So this became very, very emotionally charged issue for us. As he was testing these, he was using young boys, and would literally have them go walk around in a field where he had these pressure plates buried, and once to see if they worked.
And you personally witnessed this?
We had video of it, yes, and we wrote it all up and sent it up the chain, and there was nobody really cared. Everybody thought, oh, this is very sad, but nobody really cared, and that made me curious in a bad way almost, right? And so when you have that level of security clearance, right? If you work at CIA, you have the highest security clearance you can get, TSSCI with a full scope poly, and there's nothing that's off limits to you. So I got on the computer system and started looking for that magic red door of competence that was fighting human trafficking. And what I learned over a period of years of, digging around in classified systems and talking to everybody I knew, and a bunch of special ops guys, run this experiment yourself. Go ask them how many operations they've ever done that involved going after a human trafficker. And what you'll find is that they'll tell you none.
Why not, though? Why not, though?
It's not a presidential reporting requirement. So at the end of the day, everybody who works in the government is just a soldier who's doing what the bureaucracy at the top, what the administration in charge says to do. Yet we have an entire government bureaucracy that we spend billions of dollars fighting what is the illicit trade of legal commodities. We have a drug enforcement agency. 90% of drugs are legal. The 13th Amendment makes 100% of slavery, because that's what we're talking about, right? Human trafficking is just a very, very, very cushy word for slavery. 100% of slavery is illegal, yet who's got the ball on that issue? The Department of Justice, great agents doing what they can, but there's not enough of them. You've got Department of Homeland Security. They try to do some work around human trafficking, but Department of Homeland Security is very politicized. Right now, they've got handcuffs on them on this issue.